Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Claudia Monticelli, also known as Christelle Martinet. Welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. And today we're going to have a conversation with Alexei Navalny. Navalny, and who recently passed away. He died on February 16th. At the age, 2024, this year, at the age of 47, I believe. Now, Navalny is the most important thing to know about him, and you probably do already know, was that he was a prominent Russian opposition leader, a lawyer, an anti-corruption activist, and political prisoner who opposed Vladimir Putin fiercely, his regime. His activism, Navalny's activism, and outspoken criticism of the Russian government led to his imprisonment and ultimately to his untimely death. Navalny's unwavering dedication to fighting corruption and advocating for political reform made him a symbol of resistance against, that's the key word here, resistance against the Putin regime administration. Now, Navalny suffered a near-fatal poisoning, and I'm sure you remember this, in 2020, and he was jailed on several occasions. And in February, the Russian officials reported that he had died while in an Arctic prison. Now, just to give you a little background, 2 lines. Now, it's interesting to know that Navalny's father was a Soviet army officer and his mother was an economist. Now, Navalny grew up in a variety of towns, which are called garrison towns in the Moscow area. It's towns where that had troops permanently stationed in them. And his famous, motto was never give up or never surrender. Никогда не сдавайтесь. I hope I did justice to that. I'll show you his picture here. That it was one of the latest before he passed. He was probably taken the day before he passed, I believe. And this is with his wife, who is continuing. His wife, her name is Yulia Navalnaya, because that's the way they do it. Yulia. Now, people have always asked me, you haven't been having these conversations in such a long time. Well, and I always respond, I need them to come to me before I do. Now, Alexei, from the moment of his passing, came to me, but even before, his soul did speak to me. And yes, the question that arises is it possible to talk to souls who are alive? Yes, it is. But I do it only when the soul comes or they are conscious of this conversation. I won't do that for a jealous wife who wants me to talk to her husband, nothing like that while he's still alive. So the context I've said a bit, and since this is such a concentrated effort and I can't, watch the camera or see my reflection when I do this, I've decided to use this picture as a cover so I can control my thoughts and really get what is coming in. For those of you who are here for the first time, have no fear. These conversations are done in an atmosphere where I clear the air and I remove negative energy from myself, and I shield myself from negative energy. So let's try to concentrate, and I will see what comes through. And I will be removing my glasses for this so I don't have anything on my face. I have, that's yes, he's here, he's here. I am grateful for the opportunity to address any public who will listen to me. It is a long life, a life without ideals, but life lived with ideals usually is short because you never have enough time to fulfill your ideals. Of course, my passing was cut short. I was cut short. But I knew this before entering that lifetime. I knew that it would be short, and I prepared. Julia, my love, suffers more, of course, than I did and had ever suffered. But to her, my love continues, and the fire that burns ideals to make them be a passion that never expire or ever relents and is ever blown away. There are so many questions I hear now. I'm hearing those questions you have. But you see, when you are in contact with your own soul, your inner voice, you can answer your own questions. But I will help you now with some light, something perhaps that can give you an idea of what to expect when you are leaving your body. I mean, when your soul, because I now am talking to souls. When you feel strength leaving your body, when you feel and you know it is the end, there is something that happens to souls like mine and to people with souls that burn with a passion. Even though we and they know that they signed up literally in a contract, their soul's contract played out in the way it played out, there is still a battle, there is still resistance of the body to let go, because that human element is never ready for the end. There is an expression in English that says you need to embrace something. You need to embrace what comes to you and what is your fate and what you need to remember that you signed up for it and let go in peace. But I repeat, humans, no matter what nature they have, in the end, as their body grows weak, they always fight and resist letting go. And of course, my motto was always never let go. Never let go. Never give up. Never surrender. So I believe this is a contradiction. Do you see that at the very end, I was not able to surrender my soul because my passion burned still bright in my human nature. This is what happens in the end and has happened to me. I hear you ask, what about your thoughts to loved ones in the end? Believe me when I say humans become very ego-centered when they are depressed, in pain, and in complete suffering. I say, and I have to admit, toward the end, my thoughts only surrounded my condition and were about me. This is human nature. Now, I also hear thoughts, questions. You ask of what am I doing? Where am I? Also, part of a soul's contract is their willingness to guide or return or to serve on any councils that need their service. I am now in guidance. I am a guide to another human being. Please try to understand what I am going to explain now. My guidance is as a spirit guide for an adolescent male. Why? You may know that humans are born with a guide, but in this case, since all humans receive more guides until and after their teen years, until 19 or 20 years old, it occurs oftentimes that humans as children take on negative guides for any number of reasons. Most importantly, to cope with situations that occur to them. But when the situation is resolved, the negative guide is still there. In my case, I substituted a negative guide for this young man, and I will serve him throughout his life. But understand that this is just one of many different ways souls move forward and serve. I am reluctant to tell you about any stories or back stories concerning my poisoning and my imprisonment. All that has happened to me is visible in all forms of communication, Reuters, and so on. Suffice it to say that others wanted my suffering. And yes, I suffered, but with a burning light. I can only tell you this was good for me. This is how I decided to live. And your life is based on your decisions, the decisions you make. The quality of your life is based on that. I hear now a rise in shouts from you saying, but I cannot make certain decisions. I am not free to make certain decisions. This, to all of you, is your decision that you are convinced you cannot change. That is your decision, and the quality of your life that follows is based on that decision. I can tell you that you are all born as equals. This is only in part true because part of our soul contracts include where you are born and to whom you are born and the conditions of your life's context, whether you live in poverty, live in richness, in good health, or ill health. Yes, this is part of your soul's contract. I hear shouting, someone saying, but I did not sign up for this. Yes, you did. I am a severe speaking person. You can see this and you hear this because I have lived and experienced what I am saying to you. The idea that your contract accounts for the way you live, but that, lo and behold, in your life, your free will is a tool. It is a sword. It's a weapon that you brandish to change every moment of your waking life. All you need is the desire to do that and change that and make a decision that you want. Many of us depend on others. Many of you have families, children, young children who are dependent on you. But I assure you that children, up until the age of adulthood, have experiences that parents cannot guard them against, or that parents create for them. And it is there that the child's prerogative is to request a coping mechanism or a negative spirit guide. They can be cleared and exchanged. Now, I know I only speak little to you because there is so much more to say. I can hope my country changes and the condition for its citizens changes. But I assure you, there has never been so many people leaving that country as has happened in the past few years. Fleeing from a condition they do not accept. This is also a choice, and the quality of their life changes in relation to that choice. My heart goes out to all those who have fled because I know their drama. I know their situation and I understand. But this is another form of resistance, of never giving up, of never surrendering. And I tell you, all of you who do not have the same condition as I have, but have other battles to fight, health battles, never surrender, never give up. Никогда не сдавайтесь. Never, never, never. And I suggest you smile and accept what comes to you from your decision making. It is the best way you can survive in your life. I believe you would all agree with me if I say life is wonderful. But understand, there is not only one life. I am a testament to that. And yes, you do return for other heartwarming and excruciating experiences. Souls incarnate for the sole reason, the only reason of having emotional experiences. I hope this is clear to you. I hope this is clear to you. Yulia, I don't know if you hear me, and I know you do. I just want to say, никогда не сдавайтесь. Never, never. I am always with you. Feel those who are your loved ones around you, who have passed. Close your eyes, remove the noise. You can feel them and feel their presence. Smile and accept their presence. They come to you to see you and to make you feel them. It is a wonderful experience to incarnate on earth. It is. But life is a series of problems to solve and decisions to make. I cannot say this enough. If you learn how to dance with these situations, dancing in the rain, yes, there is an English expression. Learn to dance in the rain instead of using umbrellas. Raise your face to the rain and feel the water cleansing your soul. You will love again. You will live again with a passion you may have lost. This is life, but we accept it. If you accept the fate of all humans without fear, no fear, there cannot be fear for you to accept. Accept with an open heart and love, and you will be blessed forever. Accept with open arms and believe your loved ones are with you always, because they are. Well, I'm going to have to listen to this again. It was such a strong session, such a loud. I kept hearing such a loud voice. It was an honor to be able to do this, and I'm thanking his soul. Again, those of you who are with me for the first time, I hope that you see a different way of communicating with souls, and can accept the openness of their messages. And if you enjoyed this session or other messages that I have on my channel, do subscribe, ring the bell, and get notified for other videos that I upload. And you will be seeing the monthly readings as I do all the time. So like, share, and subscribe. Namaste. It was a pleasure to be with you. I'll be back. Bye-bye.